Today's selling in the Dow could be looked at as a complete reversal or merely a pullback in an uptrend. The pullback in the uptrend or profit taking is probably more logical based upon the analysis of the other indexes. Today, the selling in the NASDAQ was fairly indecisive, a doji type day. Remember, a doji shows indecision. So as it's selling off, there's indecisive trading, which tells you there's not a whole lot of selling pressure. And more importantly, this is what we call a bobble breakout. Notice how the transportation index came up, failed at the 50, pulled back to the 200, and now came back up through the 50, doing a J-hook type pattern, or what we call a bobble breakout, where it kind of bobbled once it hit the resistance level and then came back up through. We know the results of a bobble breakout. Extremely high probabilities there's going to be more upside. So if you can analyze that there's going to be more upside in one index, like the transportation index, the NASDAQ pulled back very indecisively, and the Dow pulled back relatively hard, it still gives us the implication that there isn't any major change of investor sentiment in the overall market, that we're still in a slow uptrend, which allows us to take advantage of individual chart patterns that are going to produce profits. For example, our recommendation on 5 and below, was based upon this frypan bottom that broke out yesterday through this level, telling us there's a good prospect of having another price move of this magnitude. The reason for that is a frypan bottom is the buildup of investor sentiment with something happening in spite of what the overall market trend is doing. This pattern is being built up because of the accumulative knowledge of everybody buying and selling this particular position. Our recommendation or re-recommendation on MOV was based upon the identification of a scoop pattern. You can see the flat handle, you can see the scoop, and today it traded positive right here at the handle, with the implication that there'll be a slingshot effect coming out of this scoop based upon the identification of this flat trading range before the scoop. Each time we analyze a chart or a chart pattern, we know when we recognize one of the candlestick patterns that the results are highly probable, and the investment return has much greater prospects of moving inordinately strong versus just merely an uptrending stock price. That'll be it. We'll see you in the chat rooms.